welcome back to Miss Cindy's Kitchen. Tonight I'm going to show you a recipe I haven't made in a while. However, it was a favorite when I did make it. It is called the Deluxe Cheeseburger Salad, and it's a recipe I discovered ages ago when I used to sell Pampered Chef. Kind of like Tupperware parties where you go into people's homes and show them all the goodies you have to cook with. But this one is really good. It has all the flavors of a cheeseburger, but in the form of a salad. Oh. And it's something you can make at home that looks as though it's something you got like at Denny's or Red Robin or one of those fancy casual restaurants. It's relatively easy. And the other night, I got this big pack of hamburger from Costco. It's just over 6 pounds. And what I normally do with this is this recipe calls for a pound of meat. It says 3/4 of a pound. I'm just going to round it up to a pound. And then the rest, I'm going to take half the remainder and make into burger patties. And then the rest, we'll most likely make into meatloaf. And then that way, we can get those in the freezer, ready for another meal. So when you find a good deal on hamburger, or you're at Costco and just want to stock up on meat, you can make a meal that night and then prep for future meals. So what I'm going to do first is use a nice little paring knife, also Pampered Chef. I mean, a friend was having a party and they do make good stuff. So paring knives are indispensable in the kitchen because I use them all the time in food prep. They're handy for opening packages, for cutting the seeds out of bell peppers. Alright, so let me turn on the skillet. We're going to brown the meat. Got a piece of fuzz in there. Didn't think I got all the lint out of the dish towels when I washed them. Alright, so just going to cut up the meat here. Get the plastic out of the way. So I'm just going to slice, and you just eyeball it. You know, it doesn't have to be accurate. You're not being graded on this. It's just going to be a nice meal you can fix for your family, or even if you're having friends over. It looks fancy, but it's really not too much work. And it really does have a lot of the flavor of hamburger. I mean hamburger. Well, of course it does.
It's hamburger.
Yeah. So that's going to be enough hamburger meat for this. So I'm going to tuck this back on the counter because we have a very curious dog and she will get into stuff.
Yep.
And then as it's cooking, I'm going to use the chopper. So let me wash my hands so I can show you the next step.
Are you going to season? What are you going to season it with?
Actually, just salt and pepper. It didn't really call for any seasoning.
Okay.
But you can't really go wrong with salt and pepper. Alright. So, what?
You have the cabinet open again.
Of course, that's my signature. If I didn't have the cabinet open, you knew I was acting, right? What in the world is that? I think that's just a... Oh, that's a vessel from the meat. Ugh. I'll throw that away later.
Wait, what was that?
A vessel. Well, meat is the animal's muscle. And how do you keep your muscles alive? You have vessels.
Ah.
Normally they get ground up, but sometimes you can see them. I just think it looks a little weird.
Alright.
So,
I've never seen that before.
well, you're probably too busy thinking about what you're going to eat after you make the hamburgers to actually look at the hamburger meat you're cooking with.
That's true.
Alright, let me dry this off. I just chopped up the pickles. So I don't want to get pickle juice on the buns that I'm going to slice up.
So why are you slicing up the buns?
They are going to be a garnish / crouton for our salad. And it just calls for 4 bun tops that are the sesame seed buns.
Just the tops?
Just the tops.
Okay.
So the bottoms will probably have a future life as garlic toast.
Okay.
So, or for our very hungry children, they also make good sandwiches.
Yeah, they actually do.
So, let me stir the meat real quick. Just breaking this up. This comes together pretty quick. So I'm going to do that. Alright. And it's always good to have a bread knife. And you just make thin slices about 1/2 inch. Having a bread knife, it does a good job cutting through bread. It's not perfect, but it's better than a regular chef's knife. Dahlia's waiting for crumbs.
Of course you are.
So I'm going to put that on there. And these were in the freezer, so they got a little squished. But you know what? It's all good. Sometimes we end up with extra buns from places we go or we find a good deal on them. Stick them in the freezer. So make sure you like and subscribe and share to your friends. And we will keep bringing you family-friendly recipes. And I think we're going to focus on salads because the weather's warming up and nobody wants to make a big hot kitchen when they're cooking. So
Summer.
this basically, yeah, summer.
Summertime, barbecues.
Yeah, because the Hawaiian macaroni salad that we did last week has been a big hit. Oftentimes I'll find a new recipe and I'll make it for different potlucks and stuff, and then I'll bring it all to you guys to share how good it is. So these are going to toast in the oven while the hamburger cooks. So I'm going to do that. It doesn't have to be fancy. You're just going to toast these in the oven until they're toasted. So, going to do that. Continue to chop up the meat. Gotta break it up. This does taste exactly like a cheeseburger. You'd be amazed.
So when do you put the salt and pepper on?
Well, I will do that now.
Okay.
Let's see here. I'll get some salt and pepper. It's always good to have your cabinet organized because the one next to my stove is my while I'm cooking cabinet because it has everything that I need relatively organized. So after this, we're going to drain the grease off the meat, and then we're going to put it in a mixing bowl and add the other stuff we're going to add, which is 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. And as you can tell, it's going to be a close call. We might have to find some other ketchup to use. And I was at the store tonight, but I didn't even think about getting ketchup. Anyway, so it's got 3/4 of a cup of ketchup, a tablespoon of yellow mustard, 1/2 cup of sliced dill pickles. Now the pickles I happen to have on hand were the spicy pickle chips. They're the sweet and spicy Dave's pickle chips. They're one of my favorites. Costco has them periodically, so if you see them there, grab a jar.
Could you use pickle relish?
You could if it's dill pickle relish.
Okay.
I mean, this recipe, you can use look at the ingredients and then figure out what you might need to substitute, what you have on hand. And then you have 2 sliced tomatoes, and that's going to be part of the garnish. And then there's a small red onion. Half is chopped and goes in the mixture that you put together with the hamburger meat.
Mm-hmm.
And then the other half is sprinkled on top. And then that's basically it. You mix the dill pickles, the onion, the mustard, and ketchup with the hamburger meat in a bowl. Lay down your salad greens, lay down the cheeseburger mixture, sprinkle on the toppings.
Oh, okay.
You've got cheeseburger on a plate with the croutons made out of the hamburger bun tops. So, alright. Oftentimes we plan meals around what the best value is for the meat that we can find when we're shopping, and what we have on hand at home. You know, use your recipes for ideas, but adapt them and choose things that you can use with what's on special for the week. whatever you find on clearance and what you have on hand. Meal planning doesn't have to be hard or expensive. Sometimes people just overthink it. Let me get a mixing bowl out. Now I have to have this bowl upside down in the cabinet behind the support post in the cabinet because we have a 13-pound cat who hides from our dog in the cabinet. We have already broken one of these.
That's right, we have.
So, yeah. Better safe than sorry. So.
We've actually found her asleep in one of those too.
Yeah. She'll sleep on platters. Alright. So this meat is just about done. And this comes together pretty quick. Alright. So that's just about done. And we can get a strainer basket. And what I'm going to do is, today was kind of an errand day, so the one counter has all kinds of fun stuff on it. I got these beautiful cherries at Aldi's. They were on sale for like 98 cents a pound, but you could only get one bag. And they were all sealed, so you couldn't add more to your one bag and get more than the 2 pounds thereabouts that they had. I'm going to put these in here. Whoops. Alright.
Here's another one.
Gotta make sure Dolly... For all the stuff that dog eats, I don't think a cherry pit's going to be fatal.
Well, right now she's not eating it, she's just licking it, so.
I don't think she knows what to do.
Oh, now she's eating it.
Yeah. Alright. So, this will come together really quick. So we're going to drain the grease off the meat. Now the Costco meat is like the 85-25. I know, that's how tired I am. I can't even add.
Wait.
It's 85-15.
I was going to say 85-25. That's some good math.
Well, you're not supposed to give 100%. You're supposed to give 110%.
10%, yeah.
Right.
So why are you running the beef through the water?
It helps rinse off some of the extra grease. So, alright, now what we're going to do is we're going to assemble the hamburger filling. And these onions are extremely potent, so I'm not going to get another onion out because these are very strong, so I'm going to...
Oh yeah, they are. I can see them from here.
I'm going to put just a little bit in the mixture. Because these are like knock your socks off spicy onions. I don't know where they came from, but good heavens. Brace yourself. Alright. And the pickle. And let me see if I can find some more ketchup. Doop-a-doop. I just saw some. Here we go. That's helpful. Okay.
We can always go to the ketchup packets.
Alright. I don't want to do that. That would be too tedious. We'll make it work. Alright. So we will call this almost 3/4 of a cup of ketchup. And I was at two different stores today. I could have picked some up if I had remembered that we were out, but we've been going through a busy spell, so alright. Some things get forgotten. And it calls for a tablespoon of mustard, so I'm just going to eyeball it. Let me shake it up. Shake it up. Shake it up. Alright, so that's that. So this is going to be your meat topping for your salad. And it's funny, this sounds like an unusual combination. However, it really does taste like a cheeseburger. So for those of us who think that cheeseburgers are going to be fattening and all that, you can have the cheeseburger taste without as much fat as a good old diner cheeseburger. But then again, nothing can really replace that, so.
Nope.
Nope. Alright, so let me get the last little bit. So, alright. Let me get the toasted buns out of the oven. Alright. They've just gotten slightly toasted. So this is something you can put together without heating up your kitchen too much, because basically you can just cook the meat while the buns are toasting, and then get any of the overlap time, get your toppings ready. And the bed of the salad will be this 8 cups of shredded romaine that I got cleaned earlier. I sliced them up, and I have a pink plastic knife from Tupperware that I got from somewhere. Anyway, it doesn't make the lettuce go brown. So I slice that up before I wash it and then spin it out. So let me show you the assembly of this process here. Get a plate. Alright. So, I always find it funny when I watch other people's food videos. I see the patterns of Corelle that I have. There's a lot of practical people out there that use Corelle for their dishes. Because if you have kids and pets, accidents happen. But these do actually shatter. So don't test the theory that they're unbreakable. Alright. So lay down a bed of lettuce on your plate. And let me just give this another quick stir. And this comes together pretty quick. So just put a sprinkle of hamburger meat on here. You can make it look pretty. You can just be practical and just dump it on there. And then you put a sprinkle of onion. I'm going to go light because that onion is enough to kill a vampire. We don't really need garlic. We have that onion. Alright. So, you just put your salad toppings on. Tomato. And then we put on some cheese for the cheeseburger. There, that. And get a pair of tongs. You can never have too many tongs because they come in so handy. I have small tongs, I have big tongs. I have plastic tongs, I have metal tongs. Alright. For food prep and serving, they really come in handy. And that avoids you having to wash your hands a lot if you're using tongs to handle your food.
Yep.
So, there is our deluxe cheeseburger salad. And that really didn't take too long to fix. Because if you know you're going to be busy when you get home from work, you can prep the ingredients the night before or whenever you're fixing vegetables for another meal. Get things staged. So, anyway, we are going to pause for now, and then we will come back and give you a taste test when Logan gets home from school. Alright, and we're back. And while my husband went to retrieve Logan from school, I went ahead and broke down the rest of the meat. And I basically divided it into, it's probably about 1.5 pounds each bundle. But I put it in a zipper bag, and then I squished all the air out, laid it on the countertop, and used a rolling pin to flatten it. It freezes faster, and it's more compact, and it thaws faster. So that's what you can do with your meat to preserve it. So make your life easier. So anyway, we're going to come back to Logan. He's enjoying the deluxe cheeseburger salad.
Mm-hmm.
And did you get a picture of it?
Yeah.
It is really good. Looks like sloppy Joe mix almost?
Well, the hamburger mixture has hamburger, onion, ketchup and mustard, and pickle. So.
I mean, it's really good with the I'm very tired, sorry. The ground beef, tomatoes, even the little bits of
Crouton.
bun are good.
Yeah.
So,
Nom 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 nom. Yeah, he's had a very long day. He starts school at 7 with work, and then he finishes with rehearsal by 10 p.m. So he's there from 7 a.m. to 10 p.m. So anyway, make sure you like and subscribe and share to your friends and give us your feedback. And make sure you follow us and give us ideas for future recipes and let us know what you thought of this recipe. So anyway, have a great evening.
Thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.
To get more recipes like this one, subscribe to the channel and hit the bell for notifications when new videos are uploaded. Share it out to your friends, family, and neighbors, and leave us a comment to let us know how this recipe worked for you. And don't forget to hit that like button. Again, thank you for watching Miss Cindy's Kitchen.